that the chance of you achieving your goal goes up by 10 times if you write it down on paper. So maybe it's once a day, maybe just a quick second before school, maybe it's at the very, very end of the day before you go to sleep. Just literally 30 seconds, just write it down on paper. Something magical happens when you write your goal down on paper. I mentioned earlier I was achieving some goals after this horrible event happened. I remember when I wrote it down, ideas flooded into my mind. And write it down in the present tense, so you're saying, I am a high school graduate. And you're actually creating that reality in your mind by writing it down. Again, these are things that most students do not know. So you knowing this is going to put you well ahead of everyone else. So when you write it down on paper, maybe it's once a day. If you don't have time once a day, if you feel really busy like I do, maybe once every couple days. At the very least, maybe once a week. Just write it down. Write that one thing down. Whether maybe it's a trip you want to go on with your family, perhaps it's something you want to do with your friends to get out. Maybe you want to explore the town more, or anything. It could be a goal you have in school. You want to get perhaps better grades, or you want to, like we were talking about, graduating from high school. Writing it down will help enormously. The next step in this process, and I put it on the sheet for your convenience, is to then break it down into little steps. And this is huge right now, because the vast majority of people do not achieve their goals. They don't let events like these give them the right direction, and they just fall off and they give up because they didn't break it down into little steps. Have you ever had a big project you had to work on for school and you had to write down steps to achieve it, like maybe group members you have to work on, or yeah, you have before? That's exactly what you're doing with goals. So you can apply what you're already doing for school with whatever goals in your mind. It's not about having tons of people follow you. It's about trusting your gut in that situation and doing the right thing. So if it means that you have a goal you care about, and you have one person laughing at you, and one person telling you you can't do it, and another person who doesn't care at all, it doesn't matter if they're following you or not. If you're trusting your gut and you're writing down your goal, then you can move forward in your life. And you can achieve the goal of graduating from high school. You can achieve the goal of doing well in your classes. You can achieve the goal of being the champion drummer. You can achieve the goal that you have in your mind that we talked about earlier. So really trusting that gut. It's not necessarily about having everyone follow you. And then that is, again, something that took me a very long time to learn. It's not easy. It is not easy. But they're egging you on. They want to get a reaction out of you. You can be very calm. Just be assertively calm. And you can just say, okay, that's your opinion. When you have your vision of finishing high school, that's a vision you can put into practice each day. The vision you're imagining, okay, I'm a high school graduate. And then each day you can have a little tip, a little trick that you're doing. Okay, I'm going to do this assignment. I'm going to work hard for this class. And those little tiny changes will get you to your goal. Having that vision is essential to your life.